see. I'm gonna do this. Oh, turn that down. Oh no, I don't want to lose the music completely. Okay, let's put it at an 8. There we go. Let's see, how do I do this here? What did I name it? Okay, pick your circle. Pick your. Just a second, guys. Hi. Let me put this here wisely. I'm just trying to log into TikTok for just a second. I like have not been on live in such a long time. I feel like it's been forever. I've been so busy. I'm sorry. Um, Let me just get the TikTok going. Let me see. Done. Done. I kind of forgot how to use it. It's been so long. Um, hmm, I think that's how you do it. Go live. There we go. Okay, so hi guys. I haven't been on here in a long time. I apologize for that. I wanted to start something new with the lives, really just starting all over completely. I really want it to be question based, where you guys are asking your questions and I am doing my best to answer those questions. I feel like I talk so much generally on my platform in totality. So I want to use the lives primarily and predominantly for certain questions that are about the topic from you guys. So please ask your questions and please try and stay on topic. When you ask the question, reread it before you type it, okay? Because if I have to figure it out, I'm going to skip over it, okay? So, what encouraged me to make this live about carefully choosing your circle and vetting properly? Excuse me, let me have some water. I had some I had some what do you call that? I had a Caesar salad with some spicy cucumber, and let's just say the cucumbers were a little too spicy. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about this, which is carefully choose your circle and vet correctly. I know a lot of people are making friends. Some people, maybe you're trying to make friends, and you're trying to make connections and you're trying to make bonds. What really encouraged me to do this was the situation with Miss Alabama Barker. I don't know anything, you guys, about that generation. I don't know. I don't I don't keep up with their lives. By lives, I mean like lives, like what I'm doing right now. I don't know anything. I know they're like what, 19, 20 years old. I don't know. I don't know anything about that generation that much or about the drama or anything, but I did come across a video of Alabama crying. And she's crying and she's saying that things are not working out with her friends, I'm guessing. And I don't know, it was some weird situation where somebody got invited and stuff like that. So I thought, all right, why not make a video to talk about carefully choosing your circle? And I apologize for the lighting, you guys. TikTok's lighting is naturally more illuminating with what I'm using for YouTube right now. One of my ring lights broke, so it's not as vibrant, but I promise I'm going to fix that when I can. So, choosing your circle wisely. Do you guys have a metrics to choose your circle, right? Because when I saw the video with Alabama Barker, I'm like, okay, she's 19 years old. At 19, you want friends at 19, right? You want to be friends with people at 19. You want to be close with people. You want to have a lot of bonds. Like when you're in college, if I have any young ladies from college, young men from college, when you're in college, you want to make friends, right? Because you feel like I want to have a large circle of friends. I want to have a lot of friends around me. Like I was like that. Yes and no in a way at 19. So I get it. You want a lot of bonds around that age because you feel like if you don't have a lot of friends, you're not cool. Or if you're not out at the cool spot with your friends, you're not cool. So when you're 19, Alabama is going to be different at in her mid to late 20s, 30s, 40s than she is right now at 19. Because when you're at 19, when you're 19, you put such an emphasis on friends. You put such an emphasis on when you're 19 years old, you put a massive emphasis on having a bunch of friends, right? Because that's where you're, you really because you still care at 19 years old, right? At 19, you care about what the world thinks a lot. You care about what people think. You care about looking cool. You want to have a lot of friends. And when I saw her crying and I saw all of her friends ganging up on her, the way that I see it is there's no reason why 5 or 6 young girls should be ganging up on one girl. Absolutely zero. And the minute I see that, I already know what that is. I don't care. I'm talking about Alabama Barker. There's no reason why, if you're in a friend group of 6, 7, 8 girls, and it's 6 girls versus one girl, I'm not buying it. I have too much experience to buy that. I'm not buying it. I could understand if it's like 4 against 3 or 3 against 3 or 4 against 2, but everybody against one girl, please. No, I don't believe it. I believe that she is young. I've came across a couple of videos of her, of Alabama Barker. And every time I would see her in her videos with her friends, I'm like, they don't like her. I would always get that vibe because you could read the way people look at people. It could be possible. No, it's not possible in that case. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I thought it was odd that she had a friend living with her. Why do you have a friend living with you? I thought that was weird. Um, when you're young around that age, you don't understand how the world works yet at 19. You may have a little ideal, but at 19 years old, you don't know how the world works. Your father is a multimillionaire. Okay? Your father is a multimillionaire. You live in a certain way. You may want to make friends. If those friends are not able to digest the way that you were raised in comparison to them, it is not going to be a match. I noticed that a lot of her friends are saying things like, oh, all you do is stay at home in pajamas, and all you do is stay at home in pajamas. And it's like, okay, so it sounds like, okay, she needs to better choose her circle, essentially. So let's talk about picking your circle, choosing your circle, vetting for your circle. So as you get older, and you guys can ask questions, by the way. I'm going to go through all your questions. It's just what I'm going to start doing now is the first 15 minutes, I'm going to talk. And the rest of the live, I'm going to take questions. Okay, let me go ahead and get this person out of here. Okay. So essentially, when you are getting older, your friend group is going to shrink. Okay. It's not because something's wrong with you. It's because you're picking better. You're a better picker of your relations. And I'll give you an example of that because you have more wisdom. There is a service provider that I work with. I was working with this person today. And I drive about 45 minutes to get to this person, 45 minutes to an hour. And when I told this person where I live, they were shocked. They were like, oh my God, you live an hour away and you drive all the way over here to work with me? And I told this person, I said, absolutely, I do. And the reason why I do is because I like your vibe. I can feel energy. I can feel how people are. And from the day that I worked with you, I knew that if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to spend it here. Okay. Because I choose wisely. Okay, so if I'm going to spend on this service, it's always going to be spent here. And if you move anywhere else, I will go there, right? Because I can feel the connection. And it doesn't have to be romantic or friendship, or it's just the connection. I can feel our spirits are aligned. I can sense it, I can feel it. When I'm here, I feel at home. Right? And we just vibe together, we laugh in between. It's a good mix. So as you get older, and we'll talk about this in the spiritual warfare masterclass as well, when you become more balanced spiritually, it's easy to know who's going to be a friend and who's not. It's easy to know who you're going to align yourself and who you won't. It's easy to know what dating situation is going to continue and what dating situation is going to end after the first date. It's easy. It's easy because your spirit is heightened. You can feel the interaction. You can feel if this is healthy. You can feel if it works for you. When you're 19 years old, you're in that state of mind where you ignore. Everybody here can think back. If you're older, think back to when you were 19. If you had a funny feeling at 19, you're going to ignore it. You're 19 years old. You're not gonna like, I feel like at 19 years old, you give a lot more chances than you do when you're older, because at 19, you're kind of trying to find loopholes in people's personality, but what people show you is what they are. There are no loopholes. Excuse me, you guys. I gotta spit out my gum for a second. Sorry about that. Apologize. So when you get older, it's like people's personalities and what they show you and what you feel, there are no loopholes. There are no loopholes. But when you're 19, you're looking for loopholes. And when I saw that live video of her crying, um, no one's friend should be crying. If your friend is crying, it's because they're really hurt. But Alabama's going to have to learn that you got to align yourself with people on your level. Okay? That's just, the world doesn't like it. Humans don't like that conversation. But if the person's not on your level, 9 times out of 10, they're going to drag you down. So, I come from a Caribbean culture. So my grandmother didn't care. My grandmother always told me, Mel, do not hang around nobody who's not on your level in any category, because it's not going to work if you do. Don't feel bad for them. Don't try to look over certain things. They have to be on your level in every category, 9 times out of 10, because if they're not, they're going to pull you down. And I think that Alabama also mentioned that, I think she had a friend of hers that said that she wished that her dad passed in a car crash, not a car crash, the plane crash or something like that. And it's like, and then people are saying that, oh, sorry, you guys, let me go through your questions and stuff. I apologize. If I start talking, I'm just not going to stop. Excuse me. Let's see if you guys have any questions. You like the touch of color? Thank you. I wanted to add some red. I love red. As you guys can see, my brand color is red. I love red. Red is my favorite color. You just registered for the class? Wonderful. You're gonna get the link before Sunday. So let's talk about the class actually, now that Micah or Mika brought that up. So spiritual warfare masterclass is this Sunday. I was not planning on having a spiritual warfare class this early in the year. I wasn't going to have a class this early in the year. I was going to focus on something completely different for the classes for February. This was not a thought in my mind. But I felt a pull on my spirit we need to do spiritual warfare again. And we need to be more detailed about it this time. There's a lot going on in the world, in your life, surrounding you. And I'm like, let's get into the nitty gritty. So that's why I wanted to go into this course. And I'm not saying that's the case with Alabama. I don't know her personally, but a lot of times when you're in these friend groups or groups in general and you're being rejected by every single person, sometimes that means you have the spirit of rejection attached to you, where everywhere you go, people just don't like you. And when you say that, people think you're crazy or people think you're lying. So with Alabama Barker, I noticed on one of her videos, she said, people just don't like me. That's why I didn't want a woman that I didn't know to come in the bus because people just don't like me. Right. And there are people, especially if you have the spirit of rejection, people just don't like you. That's kind of just been your experience in life. And when you tell people that, hey, people just don't like me, people are going to blame you. They're going to say it's because you're rude, it's because you're mean, it's because you have a bad attitude. But in reality, some people, it's just like that with them. Like I had a situation like this actually at the bank a couple of days ago. Excuse me. I went to the bank a couple of days ago. I actually shared this on Bronze Babe Survival Tribe. That is my private Patreon group specifically created for Black women. Um, I posted the longevity of this in that private group. So if you want to hear more stories like this and things about what Black women go through, but I don't think this really had to do with me being Black. I think this had to do with my essence. You can hear the long version on Patreon if you're interested. So let me tell you guys what happened. I went to the bank and there was an elderly woman kind of roaming around the bank. And I could tell that she was confused, scared. She was like in her 90s. And I'm like, oh God, this old lady's here. Nobody's really paying attention to her. Let me find out what's wrong. So I go to her and I'm like, are you okay? Like, do you need help with something? Do you want me to call somebody to help you? And she says, "Oh, yeah, like I don't have a phone. I'm lost. I'm supposed to be moving into a new like group home today, but I need to get money and all this." So she was very confused. And then she started talking to me about her life and her past and how her children don't talk to her. And when people are older people, they want to release somewhere and it's cute. It's cute on older people and kids. It's not cute on like middle-aged people. That's kind of just you're draining if you do that. But if you're a kid, a baby, a child, or or older person, and you find a stranger and you release all of that, it's like, oh wow, she's older. She's probably very lonely. She's not really aware of what's going on around her. So she's talking to me and she's telling me a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay, how can I help you? Because I want to help you before I leave. What do you want me to help you do? Like, do you need my phone? Do you want to make a call on my phone? Do you want to call somebody to come get you? Because, even if you leave the bank, if you don't have a phone, how are you going to get to your group home? How are you going to get to where you're? So I'm trying to help this lady, right? So she's like, okay, well, first things first, I need my first and last month's deposit. I'm like, okay, do you have your debit card with you? She's like, yeah. I said, okay, so let me show you where the ATM is. So I show her where the ATM is. And I'm telling her what button to pick, right? Because she barely can even see. She's in her 90s. I'm telling her what button to pick. And I'm like, okay, click green, click red, click 20s, click hundreds. I'm trying to help her, right? And I can see two women at the window watching me do this, two non-Black women at the window watching me do this. And the woman I'm helping is a white woman. And I can like sense them watching me, but I don't really pay attention because I'm helping, right? So the lady goes to the window. She needed something and she's like, come. And she like calls me to come with her because she's also confused. And I've been talking to her. And I told them, I think that she doesn't remember how much money she has, or she doesn't remember the phone number associated with her account. I think she's very confused on certain things. So I'm trying to tell them what I encountered with the older white woman. Listen, and what I'm about to say, I've been going through this my whole life. That's why women and men can't tell me anything about the way I am. Some people, this is just your reality. This is what you go through with humans, right? So whatever, all that happens, and the lady at the front desk of the bank calls me babe. I didn't like that. I don't think it's appropriate for women to call women they don't know personally babe, love, sweetie, baby. Those words are not supposed to be used on women you don't know personally. Those are words that you use on women you have a bond and a relationship with. And go ahead, screen record this, post this in your threads, your chats, call me a mean girl. I don't care. It's about respect. And if you think that me saying that is mean girl, you're gonna have a hard time. Well, you may not have a hard time. You're probably not gonna get around certain people that are gonna require etiquette, right? But I remember when I was younger working for that company, a young lady I was working with, she made a mistake and she called a client babe. This was a woman that was making portfolio purchases for multi-million dollar projects. And she called the lady babe. Oh, yeah, don't worry, babe. It was something like that, very subtle. And the next day, we had a meeting with our manager, and my manager said, who on here spoke to my multi-million dollar client and called her babe? Because I got an email about that. Who called this woman babe? And you could hear a pin drop. She's like, she was waiting for someone to admit. She knew who it was, but she said, you can't address a woman you don't know as babe, especially not a client, not someone who's dropping millions for a project. We don't address people as babe in a professional setting. We address people as ma'am. We address people as sir. We don't call people babe. That's for your best friend. That's for your mom. That's for your sister. That's not for women that you don't know. And the fact that you find that mean shows that you have a lot of work to do. So this woman called me babe. She's like, oh, yeah, I understand you're helping her, babe. Oh, don't worry, babe. And she kept saying babe. And I'm like, why does she refer to me as babe? That's very weird, considering we're in a professional setting. Scratch that. Y'all are not going to believe this. About a couple of days later, I get a voicemail on my phone, right? And I have two phones. So I was busy working that week. So I wasn't really checking my other phone like that. But once it hit like 3 o'clock, I'm like, all right, let me check the phone. Let me see what updates do I have here. And I get a voicemail. And it's from the bank investigation services. Investigation services. Why would investigation services be calling me? So I'm wondering, is investigation services calling me because there was a red flag on my account or something like that? They called me because those two young ladies at the window reported me to the branch of the bank to say that I was financially abusing this elderly woman. And they were calling me for investigations. So when Alabama Barker said that, yeah, a lot of people, they just don't like me. It's only a certain people that will understand that statement. I went to a bank to help a woman and I get accused of money laundering from the two ladies at the front desk that clearly saw I was helping the lady, right? I was helping the lady. So what I'm saying is there are some people, your energy, it triggers people. Just your presence, just you walking into a building. And I don't want to hear about women or men who haven't experienced this. Maybe you don't have a bold presence, so no one really sees you. Okay. So be grateful for that. Be grateful that you're not very seen. So since you're not seen, nobody bothers you. And that's not me being condescending. That's me being honest. No one really sees you. You don't really stand out. So no one's going to bother you. But there are some people that stand out. No matter where they go, they stand out. At their jobs, they stand out. In their family, they stand out. Whatever industry, they stand out. Some people, they're a standout. That is their essence. They stand out where they go. Okay. So if you're a standout person, even in your group of friends, you're going to stand out. So if the people that you're friends with are not standouts themselves and they don't understand you or get you, they may feel, feelings towards you that are negative. All right, you guys, let me answer some questions. Let me see. The Alabama situation, she never has friends like, yeah, like she never has, her friends don't really like her. Um, let me see. I mean, some people, that's just their reality. They're not very liked, and sometimes when people say that, people don't believe you, or they say that you're mean, or you're the problem, or you're this, or you're that. But some people, your presence is the power. When you walk into places, it's, people feel triggered. That's just how it is. Hi, Sen. Oh my God, I have to email you. I miss you so much. My circle consists of my sister and my business partner. Yeah, so when it comes to, yeah, you can ask your question. When it comes to Alabama Barker, she's young, so because she's young, we have to give her a lot of grace. She doesn't know. At 19 years old, you don't know anything. You're kind of like, at 19, you want friends, you want connections, you want to be cool with everybody, you want to be liked by everybody. It's to the point where you want to do everything in your power to get people to like you. That's where you at 19. All of the people on this chat, think back to when you were 19. Think back to when you were 19. At 19, you wanted to win everybody's favor. You wanted everybody to like you. You wanted everybody to say good things about you. You wanted everybody to say nice things about you. When you're 19, you are not living your own life at 19. At 19, you're living a life that is built on wanting acceptance at 19, right? So at 19, you're like, I'm going to be extra nice. I'm going to buy a rose for everybody. I'm going to buy food for everybody. Like you're doing whatever it takes to have that circle of friends. Because at 19, having a large circle of friends means you're lit, right? Like you're that girl, you're that guy. You got a lot of friends, you're out every weekend, you're popular. But then when you get older, that doesn't really matter anymore. I think that as you get older, it's actually harder to make bonds because you're busy. We are all busy. Two, we want to make sure the bonds are the right bonds. And three, you want to make sure that you are aligning yourself with the right person. Um, I would truly value the chance to apply as a mentee. Yeah, I'm gonna reopen that. I don't know what date, but I'm definitely gonna reopen it for the winter time. It's always August to December. So let me go on TikTok. You guys put your questions on the YouTube chat. Let me go on TikTok and see what they're asking. Oh wow, you guys have 300 messages. Okay, where do I start? My God. Let me see. Where do I start? Uh I'm so here for the spiritual warfare class. Yes, your levelupguru.net is going to be so powerful. It's going to be good. Those are my favorite classes to have. I love that. Do you have any tips for people with a draining and controlling family as a 17-year-old? Well, you do you live with them? If you live with them, it's hard to rebalance your nervous system. You would have to focus on getting your resources to move out. Are recorded classes for sale? Yes, all classes are for sale. If they're recorded, if they're in the past, they are available. All recordings are available. Can I join the private group? Patreon, patreon.com. It's unprofessional. It is. And that's why I say we got to start bringing back etiquette, and I'm working on that within myself. Like, I'm on no way talking down on anybody. Like, I'm trying to remove the word girl out of my vocabulary. Um, Oh my God, look at my old mentee. Well, not my old mentee. She's my mentee forever. Since that, if you're interested in the mentee program, it's for the serious and Mel does not play. Be sure to get ready to be accountable. Oh my God, Sin, I miss our sessions. Sin, I miss our sessions. I'm gonna send you an email. I loved our sessions. They were so fun. Um, what was I saying? What was I? Oh yeah, etiquette. So even myself, I'm trying to stop the whole girl thing. I don't want to. I don't want to refer to women as girl. Like, oh yeah, that girl. Like, I'm trying to stop that. I don't want to say girl because we're women. We can't refer to each other as girl. We're women. We can't call each other girl. We can't do that. So I'm trying my best to kind of like every time I catch myself saying girl, I'm like, why do I keep saying that? Like, I don't want to say girl. I want to refer, we're women. We are women. At a certain age, we're women. So we can't refer to each other as girl because we're not girl. We're women. We're grown women who are focused in life and ready to take on the next step. So so when I saw that, I was just like, this is not right. And I think she's the one that reported me. Whatever. We got to the bottom of it, but it was kind of crazy. Um, I'm mid 30s and I stay away from women that are in cliques. It's sad to be my age and still dodging high school mentality. Well, even though you're in your mid 30s, women are always going to be in cliques because women are more communal. So it's always going to be a clique situation. Um, I tried to help with a technical difficulty on TikTok with the sound, truly wanting to be helpful and got blocked. Yes, it kind of infantilizes us. Why does kindness not stop bullying? It doesn't stop bullying. It actually exposes who the bully is, right? It doesn't stop. You can't really stop bullying, right? Because if you're trying to stop bullying, you're trying to control another person's actions, which you cannot do. You can put boundaries in place, right, to limit the bullying, but you can't stop bullying essentially. I struggle with my mental health. Will the class be good for that? This class is not about mental health, it's about spiritual warfare. So it's if you feel like your mental health is being attacked spiritually, then it could probably help with that if that's what you're asking. Very unprofessional. Over familiarity is a sign of disrespect. It is. Yeah, they literally reported me, y'all. I got a call from the investigative services. But I'm used to that stuff. I've always dealt with stuff like that. I've always dealt with stuff like that. I've always dealt with people trying to come at me like that, even people who don't know me. So it doesn't trigger me anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore. Um, it doesn't trigger me. It doesn't bother me. Um, it's like that's just the world that we live in, you know? It's like people will do things like that, you know, but God is on my side, so it doesn't matter. Um, but you know, that's just you can't listen. Let me tell you what I've learned. You cannot let stuff like that bother you. You can't. You have to be so desensitized to it because you have other things to be focused on. You can't let things like that trigger you into no. I just called. I gave my explanation. I said, "Okay, are we done here? Are we done?" And that's it. Right? I mean, there's what am I going to do? Be mad, scream, yell, kick? It's a microaggression. That's just life. Um how much to join the spiritual warfare class? It's only $55. Yourlevelupguru.net. Here, hey, what's your take on marriages where one partner is ascendant and the other isn't? If the other partner is not ascended, it's two things. They'll either be inspired by your ascension and want to be like, oh wow, teach me what you know. I want to do better like you. Or they will be mad at it. It's one or the other. What are your thoughts on the year of the fire horse? I have no idea what the fire horse is. I keep dreaming of my ex and I know he's over me and I'm over him. Well, you got to pray he's probably still thinking about you. You said you don't have background knowledge. Alabama likes people's boyfriends. She was caught itching her crotch and was rumored to have an STD. All right. First things first, let me go ahead and add allegedly, okay, to that comment. Two, so one thing that I know about life is people like to lie on women because I've been lied on before. So thank you for that info, but I'm not going to take it for certain because I don't know her to say that about her. Okay. I think that we cannot just take what people are saying. People are always lying on women all the time, especially if you're threatening. I've been told that I'm an ex worker. Imagine me sitting on my platform, using my platform to talk about the word of God, especially on my other platform, and for someone to have the audacity to accuse me of that. No shade to those women, but people say whatever they want. People lie all the time on people, and women lie on women all the time because they want to ruin their reputation. So I don't take what people say for certain because I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know her friends. And I think as women, we have to be mature where when we hear a rumor or something negative about another woman, we take it with a grain of salt. We don't run with it. We don't present it as factual, right? The way that you type that, you presented it as factual information. How do you know that that's factual? How do you know that she has an STD or rumored to have one? How do you know that she likes people's boyfriends? What tangible evidence do you have of that? I don't I always tell people I'm not a part of women's hives that they create. I don't join in on their hives that they create of other women. I'm past that. I'm mother. I'm past that. I don't join in on any of that. I'm not a part of it. I don't join in on it. I don't entertain it. I don't deal with that because when you're accusing a woman of having a STD, that is a massive accusation. To say that a woman is sick with an STD, a transmittable illness, to say a woman is has an illness that's transmittable, you can go to jail for that. A lot of times when women make these accusations on other women, you don't know the severity of what you're saying. What if that woman goes and takes a full STD panel and she comes out negative on everything? Get your pockets together. Get your pockets together. Get every single dime you have ready because you're about to get sued. Okay, so those rumors that get spread, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Maybe she is a home wrecker. Maybe she does sleep with her friends' men. I don't know. Listen, that's a generation far. Listen, that generation, I'm nowhere near them. So I don't know. Maybe it's true. But I what I'm saying is as women, we need to be careful with the way we present things because if you're presenting things as factual evidence and you're saying it as evidence, you have to be careful with that. She was rumored to sleep with other friends' boyfriends. It was a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but it's been told that she wrecks homes. I don't know if it's been true, but it's been told that allegedly she's spreading things. I don't know. But with a lot of times with women, they present things as factual. They heard it from another party and they present it as factual. And it's like that's not no, that's not how you go about things. That's not how you go about things. You have to present it in a way where you're not sure. I don't bond over gossip. That's for losers. I bond over busting moves. You want to bust moves? Let's do it. You want to sit and talk about a business blueprint? Let's do it. You want to fix them credit scores that are in the 300s? Let's bond over fixing our credit score. We're not going to bond over gossip. Shake my head. Men do the same thing. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by men do the same thing? Um, Yeah, it's just no, I don't have a problem with the viewer that brought that up. I'm just, making it known for all the women. You got to be careful when you're just running to say something about a woman or re-spreading information that you heard. You don't know if that information is accurate. You can't confirm or deny it. So you have to be careful with how you say it. And the reason why I'm so passionate about that is because I've been lied on before. I've had people blatantly lie on me before. So I'm very careful with that. Okay. Mel knows what she's talking about. She has knowledge for days. If you struggle with mental health, go and exercise. What are your thoughts about sleep paralysis after leaving toxic relationships? Probably a transfer. Probably a transfer. Yeah, they reported me. They reported me. And it's crazy. How could you be jealous of a woman that didn't talk to you? That was just in your vicinity. Before 30, the friend term transitioned to associates, acquaintances, allies, colleagues. Yeah, it takes a lot before somebody gets in the friend category. How do people know that the man gave it to her and that woman was their first and not a home wrecker allegedly? I don't really know what that means. When, oh, where did that go? We should, when that happens, there was already jealousy. We should learn to keep our mouths closed. Yes, bond over business. You're male centered. Amen. Or don't say it. I'm so glad you're back. What are you talking about? How? Oh, wait a minute. How should you navigate a smear campaign put on you? Don't let it happen. Let it flow. Let it release. Let the smear campaigns, let it run through like wildfire. Because when you're proven innocent, they are going to pay a price. Just commenting on the first comment. Okay, where's okay? So hold on. Never listen to gossip. Yeah, I mean, I understand that sometimes people want to, say things. And yeah, sometimes you hear things from the grapevine. I get it. I am also on YouTube, Brittany. You hear things from the grapevine. I get it. Like sometimes things can get you back to you. I get it. Like I've heard certain things about certain men and women, and I'm like, okay, whoa. And but I don't take it to other people because I can't confirm or deny what was being said to me because I don't know, right? And I wasn't there and I can't confirm that, right? And sometimes you have to understand the severity of what you're doing when you are implying that somebody has an STD. That is very serious to imply that a woman is sick and you don't have the proof, you don't have her medical records, you don't have any of her exes coming forward to say that she's sick. So to run and imply that she's sick simply because you don't like her or there was a falling out or there was a problem, I just don't understand how that behavior is normalized. How is it normal to accuse somebody of something like that? Right? So that's why when it's brought to me, I shut that down. I don't even engage with it because one, I'm not trying to get in any type of legal battle with anybody over lying on their name. And two, it's detrimental to the other party, because when you're saying that someone has that, you're trying to make it seem like they're not desirable. If you've been the victim of a smear campaign, you already know those girls are lying. Protect your energy, use of language. What if someone keeps saying the same false thing about you? Is it normal for a guy to sleep in the same bed as his female friends? He's mentioned there are about two he's done it with that he's known for years. No, I don't think a man and a woman that's not together should be sleeping in the same bed. That's one. And two, I don't think that men and women can be friends. I think that can only happen if the woman is 100% not attracted to the man and the man is 100% not attracted to the woman and there's no chemistry, because sometimes there can be no attraction and they're like, "Ooh, we should try this," right? So I don't think men and women can really be friends, like I'm not going to invite, you can't invite a guy to your house as a woman that's your friend. Like it's just it's weird for both parties. But sleeping in the same bed, they probably end up hooking up. That's how I see it. Also, watch those who believe the slander, not good people to keep around. You don't want that kind of weak mindset around you. Yeah, I never believe what people bring to me about other people. I'll listen, right? I'll listen. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll take it in, especially if you're telling me for my benefit to protect me or something. Yeah, like I'll listen. I'll take it in, but I'm not going to take it for certain because I don't know. And I'm going to make my own personal judgments on the person. I'm not going to just listen to what you say. So I will be the person to decide. Me personally, I don't have a problem with Alabama at all, but I do think that she's sketchy, but it's based off what Bad Bobby said about her. And one thing about her is that she doesn't lie at all. How could you know that Bad Bobby doesn't lie at all? Do you know her personally? How do you know that? Like for example, what my mentee Sin can say that about me because she was my, even though someone can know you on a deeper level and lie, but what I'm saying is Sin is my mentee, and she's able to talk more confidently because we had more interactions that were one-on-one based. So when you're saying she doesn't lie at all, how do you know that she doesn't lie at all? Do you know her personally? Have you hanged out with her? Are you friends with her? Are you cool with her? How could you say that she doesn't lie at all? How could you say that she doesn't lie at all? That's gracious of you, and I get it. I'm a gracious woman. It's about being gracious and elegant. I don't know why that went out of style. Women have lost their grace. It's about being gracious. Yes, you don't talk crazy and create nasty slander about a woman that you don't know. It shows that you're trashy. And when I see women do that, I get away from them. I separate myself from them. I don't want you around me because if you do it to her, you'll do it to me. Right? That's your character, you know? So we just have to be careful. She has recorded herself talking to people's boyfriend. Oh, she does record herself. Well, hey, this is the way I see it. If she records herself talking to people's boyfriends, she's 19. She's probably a little male centered, allegedly, if that's the case. And um, the way I see it is those friendships are not really like solid. They're too young to know what solid friendship looks like because they probably, I don't know, from like the little clips I've seen, it doesn't look like any of them like each other. So, since when you become a woman? Since I was born female and I became a woman when I left my teens and my frontal lobe developed. First of all, how can a man never compliment his partner? Oh, wow. Probably to keep them humble. You lost job. Okay, I don't want anybody trying to speak curses over me. I didn't lose any job. I'm working and I'm paid. Bye. You got to be very careful on social platforms, spiritual hygiene. Anytime someone comes in just talking reckless or like speaking things that don't make sense, go ahead and block them. Um, okay. Spiritual warfare part two. We don't let people speak curses. We don't let people speak curses over us. No, we don't. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We don't let people speak curses over us, dear. We get them out. You're so swift with it. You gotta be swift with it. You gotta be swift with it. You gotta be swift with it. Why would you come in here and say lost job? Who lost job? Yeah, that person's trying to release curses. I'm not. I'm not gonna. Right? Yep. A guy friend essayed me in high school. Oh my god. It's never just friends. It's never. I don't think that's like. I don't think that's healthy. Speaking of makeup, would you mind uploading a beauty routine? Well, all of my beauty routines are going to be on Lifestyle Health Haven. That's my beauty channel. I haven't started promoting it yet. Who's Des? Who is that? Thank you, Destiny. I appreciate that. If you're not willing to stand by your comments in court with proof, then don't say it. Exactly. You can't just, ladies and gentlemen, you can't just accuse somebody of having an STD. Like, how could you even think that that's normal to just say, hey, like, you can't do that. You cannot do that. People's medical records, like, you cannot do stuff like that. If you heard something through the grapevine, you heard it through the grapevine. Leave it at the grapevine, right? Yeah, coming on here, you lost job. What? Honey, I got jobs plenty. Don't come in here speaking curses over me. What is your view about being in a relationship with a man who never compliments you and says that he is honest and loves you? I don't know. Like, I feel like for me, if I really like someone, I'm always going to compliment them. I just love complimenting people, period. And it's genuine, though. It's not to bypass. Like, if you like someone and you love someone, you want to say, baby, you look good today. You look pretty today. You look handsome today. You smell nice today. I like that outfit on you. I like your hair. I like your makeup. I like your haircut. Like, why would you not want to reaffirm? Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird. You said they probably weren't speaking English. What happened to your older lives? I'm starting over on them because I want to answer more of you guys' questions. I got chills when my creepy male manager wanted to high five. I was thinking, no, that's how you transfer energy. Would you ever do a skincare routine? Yes, absolutely. I've been trying to get more into skincare a little bit. So I would say some of like a few of my secrets, like the first thing is of course always wear SPF. That's for sure. Um, you don't want to ever sleep in your makeup. You want to always have a scrub. As you want to always have a toner. I'm gonna go through all that on the beauty channel. I'll just do my skincare routine on there. I had no idea you had a beauty channel. Yeah, it's Lifestyle Health Haven. I haven't started it yet. Real, I had to quit my job because my male manager was being weird and finding every excuse to be near me. Oh, he's probably attracted to you. She was with the baby dad of the Catch Me Outside girl. Bad Bobby was friends with Alabama. Alabama admitted and apologized for being with her baby daddy. Wow. She's probably some a little bit male centered. Can you drop the link? Yeah. I just released my own fashion brand, but still working. It's all right. You can keep going. Keep going until actually one of your videos you talked about chosen ones needing to work remote. Would you upload a video regarding that? I will try. Um hey, Popular Learner caught alive. You should do some makeup tutorials. I will try. I will try. I'm just trying to figure out how to see myself in the mirror. I'm not big on makeup, you guys. I'm not the best. I'm not. If you guys want to drag my makeup, you can. I'm not the best on makeup. I've just I don't know. Like there's just certain things that I'm good at and certain things I'm not in makeup. I've always admired people who are really good at makeup because makeup is an art. I know that, people like to downplay makeup. It's not easy to have a beat face. Like the makeup artist, you can't just wake up and be a makeup artist. Doing makeup is really, really, really hard to blend correctly, the brushes, the colors, the bronzers, make how to layer it, how to get it to melt. Some makeup artists are so witty with it, they use milk of magnesia as the primer. Like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I will try. I've never been the best at makeup, partially because my skin's very oily. As you can see, it's getting oily right now. Um, Second to that, I feel like makeup requires, I'm the type of person, like I work like this. Like I'm just like really, really fast. And makeup requires you to really take your time and just, you got to be like that. I'm like a very like fat. Like that's just like that's just like how I am. Like I don't know. It's just I move like it's I get why I work better in certain industries and people work better. Like if you're a very patient person, hair, that's an exception. I love doing hair. I love doing hair. Are you dating right now? What does my romantic affairs have to do with you, Mr. Chicago? Okay. Um, Makeup is an art, and I had a friend of mine when I was in high school. You want to know what a correlation I think exists? If you're good at art, meaning drawing and painting, you'll be good at makeup. Yeah. If you're good at drawing and painting, you'll be good at makeup. Yes. I think it goes hand in hand. Um, Makeup is a beautiful thing. It's really hard though. Like I look at makeup artists and I'm like, thank God you exist. What would I do without you? Because I don't know how to do that full beat. I don't know. I wish I was good at it. Makeup is fun. It is, but I just don't know how to blend it. I don't know how to blend it. I don't know. And I love cat eyes, but I don't really know how to do a cat eye. It's really hard. When I use the pen, it looks crazy. When I use the gel, it looks crazy. Whatever I use, it just looks crazy. So I kind of just gave up on it. That's why I'm focusing more on skincare so that I no longer really have to wear makeup. My goal is to not really have to wear it. I actually prefer to not wear it. I like to have my own skin and nothing, no shade against makeup, you know. I wear it sometimes. But I'm just not that good at it. I have all of the tools. I watch the tutorials. I purchase the bronzers from Fenty, but when I put it on, it doesn't look the same. It's not layered right. You know, and one day I tried to get fancy with it. And I bought a milk of magnesia, and y'all, I looked crazy. Like I walked out of the house looking like a crazy person. When I tried to do the whole milk of magnesia primer, I don't know. I don't know what I thought I was or who I thought I was. I'm like, oh, I can do it. If the makeup artist can do it, I can do it. I was confident in myself. I looked crazy. I'm like, I'm never trying this again. I threw up the milk of I not threw up, I threw out the milk of magnesia and I said, I'm not gonna try this because I can't do it. Yes, I will stick to doing hair. I will do hair. Okay, so carefully choosing your circle. So here's what I have to say about choosing your circle. You have to understand that as you get older, you're not going to have a lot of friends. No, you're not going to have a lot of friends. It's okay. You know, and I think that that's where people kind of get scared. They're like, shouldn't I have this massive group of friends? No, because you're getting older. So you're focused on quality. Like for me, I'm focused on quality, not quantity. Do I have any friends at the moment? No. No, I don't have any friends. At the moment. I have associates. I am very busy. That's the first thing. Two, I'm selective. Uh, three, I always feel like there's just so much that I have to do. Who do you go out to dinner with? Who do you hang out at the mall with you? Go by yourself. What are you talking about? Um, Making friend I apologize. You know, some of you on here, maybe English isn't your first language. No shade at all. I just don't understand some of the comments sometimes. You know, I'm trying to read it. You guys know I block people for anything. Yeah. When I block people, it's a reflex. Like I don't know. I'm just like, oh, okay, let me just block that. So if I blocked you and you didn't mean it, I'm sorry. I'm Your Trinity will be good skincare. Same, no friends. Why do you guys have no friends? And are you trying to make some? I don't know. I think that you gotta just be so cautious. And you guys, for me, it's different. I'm just so busy. Like, I don't know. Like every time I go to bed, I'm thinking about what I have to do the next day. I'm writing down my notes. I'm trying to keep up. My schedule's packed. Um, I rarely have time. I have three phones because I'm trying to keep up with everything. It's hard, you know. It's hard. I had a group of old friends pull up to my house to fight me, fight you. And one of them that knew me before all of them and turned on me. Oh no, honey, we don't befriend women who are still fighting. That's high school. That's over. Mm-mm. Someone come to your house, call the cops. Um, you open up your window. Oh, they coming to fight. Hello? Oh yeah. I'm at 90769 Ocean Drive. I have three. Oh, you thought that I was gonna come out there and fight you? Yeah, you're gonna fight these handcuffs. Go ahead and call the cops. Don't mess up your future with that nonsense, okay? Um hmm You're gonna fight these handcuffs and that charge, my dear. That's what you're really gonna fight. That battery charge that I'm gonna place on you if you even think you're gonna put your hands on me. Okay? Okay, my therapist told me I can't go through life blocking everyone. I said, but I can, girl. It's a bad habit. So what do you mean by by blocking everyone? I have that habit too. Maybe I have to see your therapist then. Because I do the same thing. And my parents are always like, why are you always just blocking people? Why do you do that? I'm like, because they're like being annoying or they're being rude or they're being weird. So why do I have to keep going back and forth if I can just block the person, you know? And honey, once I block you, it's like a prison. You're never coming out. It doesn't matter how many new phones I get. It's kind of hard when you get older. People already have their friend groups. Yeah. I have no friends because I'm an Aries and I walk like I'm trying to fight everyone. She doesn't do it for no reason. She usually keeps to herself. And you're right, I don't know her, but I could sense that. Thank you, Jordana. I'm a 24-year-old man and I love your work. Oh, thank you. Your video saved me from a spiritual ambush from haters and fake friends last year. I really appreciate your work. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Busy and no time for the trauma dumping in males injured. Listen, I'm not saying that having friends is wrong. It's just a lot of work and it has to be the right friendship. Like you don't want to be investing time hanging out with a guy who's not really your friend or hanging out with a woman who's not really your friend. Like it's a lot. Like friendships take a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. And if you disappear for a couple of days, they'll feel like you don't like them, but you're really busy. It's a lot. You just have to pick the right ones. Nicki Minaj said it best. People will love you and support you when it's beneficial. What do you guys think about Nicki Minaj and what she's doing? I haven't had any content on her in a while. What do you guys think about that? No, I'm not knucking if you bucking at this age. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I go to bed at 9. I'm not knucking if you bucking. Not at this period of my life. I go to bed at 9. By 9, I'm in my pajamas. I'm just not fighting. I'm just not. I'm over that. I'm tired. I have a lot to do. I'm trying to get closer to God. I don't want to deal with that. You know, I'm not going to fight. I'm going to just stand there and look at you like this. No, sorry, not doing it. Not interested. I'm tired. Like if someone told me, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you," I would say, "I'm so tired, though. Can you let me take a nap first? Can you just let me take a nap before you fight me, please? Can you give me about an hour? Let me take a nap, and you can come back after the nap." Honey, let me take a nap first. Let me get some strength. Let me get me a Red Bull. I'll put on my tennis sneakers and I'll do the best I can. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. um, I'm just calling the cops at this age. It's just at an age, like it's just lame at a certain age. It's like, please leave me alone. I'm very tired. I worked a whole shift. Please leave me alone. I'm serious. It just gets to that point where it's like fighting, fighting. Oh no. What does your diet exercise look like? Oh gosh. Okay. I'll save that for the other channel, but lots of fruits, vegetables, meat, and cardio. I try to make friends, but I'm always met with backhanded compliments and then wanting my life. I had a coworker write my number on the bathroom stall. Can you give your opinion on Nikki? Sure, but I want to hear you guys' opinion first. Because we are talking about choosing your circle. It seems like she's switching her circle a little bit and aligning with different people. What do you guys believe about that? What do you guys think about what she's doing? What is your take on people that have strong political interests and you don't? I don't have a take. I don't really care about that stuff, if I'm being honest. I don't know anything about it. So that's why it's hard for me to take a massive stance because I don't know anything about it, you guys. When I was in high school, I would fall asleep in history class. I would fall asleep in what was that other class? It wasn't history. It was similar to history. You guys remember in high school. What was that other class? It's not called history. It's called, was it US government? I don't remember, but what I do remember is I fell asleep in those classes, and my teacher would always yell at me because I was sleeping. And I don't know how I passed, but I just have. I've always like the minute they start talking about the laws, I start snoring. Like I just it's just not of interest to me, and I'm not saying it in a way where that stuff's not important. I know it's important, but I fall asleep during those classes. I always did. Me and my economics teacher, we would argue all the time because he's like, Mel, I don't understand. Every time you come to class, you're sleeping. I'm like, I know, it's just so boring. Like, no offense to you, but the topics, I can't hear about laws all day. Show me a molecule instead. I did like math though. I'm a math girl. I loved math class. Oh my God, I would get the best pencils ever. And I love math. But hand me the bankroll. Okay, let me count that. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm joking. If you're new here, I joke a lot. By the way, um, I'm not really a fan. Ever since she said that about Megan's mother. Oh God, I remember that. That was no. Oh my God, that was Nikki was being very strange during that live. Nikki is a Satanist. I've never heard her confess about being a Satanist. Young, many are called, few are chosen. I could separate certain things and not take it personal. Um, Johnson, her man. Who's Johnson? Johnson, her man has to check in and go get close to children. What? What? I don't know who's Johnson. Who is Johnson? What happened with J Lo? Y'all, I don't know. I've been praying the last couple of months. That's why I haven't really been on live. I've been praying and working so hard, and I know I'm gonna have to work even harder. So I'm tired, but I need to stop saying I'm tired. Nikki's husband, who's John? Her husband's not Johnson. Her husband's name is what's her husband's name? It's Kenneth Petty. Who's Johnson? She doesn't have a husband named Johnson. Have anyone ever told you favor Jody Joe? Who's Jody Joe? Let's see. Jody Joe. No, my God, no. I don't look like Jody Joe. She's like top level beauty. Thank you. That's a compliment, but I don't think I could stand next to Jody Joe. I'm a humble chick, okay? I don't think I could stand next to her. She's absolutely stunning. Okay. I think Nikki is tired of being hurt by the same people she worked hard for. I think she's a grown woman and her message still gets through. She's doing what she knows best. Nikki always been aligned with top dogs. Nikki gonna find out the hard way. Politics is a dirty business. I agree with Roddy. I do. I understand what she's doing, but never trust a politician. They play dirty. They it's all about power. So if you're no longer holding up your end of the bargain, they're gonna throw you out like a wet rag. It's not a territory to enter. But I hope it works out for her. I do hope it works out for her. But politicians, politics, it's a dirty business. That's true. Those people, it's not about loyalty for them. They don't operate that way. It's about power and where they need to get on the ladder. There's no loyalty when with politicians. No, it doesn't work like that. In that, it's not. Oh, I like you, so because I like you, I'm gonna back you. It's like I like you because being connected to you helps me have leverage in this area. But once I no longer have leverage in that area, I'm going to cut my ties with you because you're not needed anymore. That's how politicians get down. So hopefully whatever her end of the bargain is, hopefully she holds it up because it's politics is a dirty business. That's true. That's why I don't get involved in it. That's why I don't talk about it. That's why I don't make videos on it. I'll touch it slightly when I talk about Nikki, but I don't involve myself in politics because that's dangerous. Mm-mm. Have you heard about J Lo worshiping Santa Rita? I've heard of those rumors about her before. What EXO is doing wrong is try to make friends with people is organic and doesn't take orchestrating. Whatever that means, it sounds like a positive message, so I align with that. Um, I understand her positioning. She needs protection, but some of her antics are antagonistic, especially on DT. Who's DT? You guys got to stop talking in code. I don't know who's Johnson. Somebody mentioned Johnson. I don't know a Johnson. I don't know a Johnson who's in politics, and I don't. Nikki's husband name is Kenneth, not Johnson. Oh, Johnson is in the chat. Oh, okay. I felt like a burden was lifted off me when I cut off my last friend. I hated math. She didn't expose anything we didn't know about the industry. Yeah, it's nothing new. Maybe Jody. I think people who don't have boundaries don't appreciate our blocking habits. I don't have time right now. Perhaps I can pencil in a fight next week. Yes, that's what I would say. Okay, you want to fight me, honey? I'm very tired. Let me take a 2 hour nap and I'm going to eat after. And then after I eat, come back on the 25th. Okay. Maybe I'll have more energy that day, but not today. Not today. I think people who don't have, okay, well, I already read that. My family can't be trusted. So why should Nikki? Okay. I like her image, but what is she doing behind closed doors? The people she's still around are dirty. Okay, in a different way. What do I think about what she's doing? I think Nicki Minaj's target is Jay-Z. I think that's who she really has an issue with. I don't think it has anything to do with her husband. I think she wants to take him down in totality. And one thing I know about from what I've seen about Nikki's personality and people who are like Nikki, when they have a problem with you, it's for a lifetime. Some people are really like that. And I wouldn't be surprised. She wants to take him down. And she does. She's taking it upon herself. I think her disdain for him is so strong that she rather, tarnish her rep with certain, groups and stuff because she hates him that much that she wants to ruin him. Allegedly that's what I think she wants to do. And I think she's like, I'm gonna align myself with somebody that could help me do it. And he's in hot water because when it comes to people with Nikki's character, once they don't like you, they will stop at nothing. They will stop at nothing. I know people who are like that. They will stop at nothing. So he definitely, that was not a good target for him to choose at all. She's not passive and she's not going to let it go. So I think that's why she's doing it. I have a question. What does it mean when people reach out or go out of their way to touch you? Your energy. They want to feel your energy. I have that happen to me a lot too. Um, oh, okay. That's why you guys are talking in code. Smart. Do not say his name in here. DT. That's smart. Nikki is smart. Entertainment is just demonic. If she could survive that, I think she's more than capable of dealing with the politicians. I don't know if she can deal with the politicians. That's a different level of strategy. Politicians deal with like world order. Like that's a whole different level of. Why is it when you block a narcissist and they're flying monkey, they up their antics because they want access? Jay-Z is losing followers by the minute, but I haven't been keeping up with Nicki Minaj. I haven't seen new music for her from her in a super long time. Nicki will be fine. Sages are angry people. How do you tactfully tell people who reach to hug and touch you physically and you don't want the energy transfer? Just do a nod and a smile. Look at them and do a nod and a smile. Yeah. But constantly aligning yourself with SP, oh, is crazy. I think I know what SP stands for. Well, whatever she's doing, I'm hoping she'll be successful at it. This is a new circle that she's choosing. So hopefully they'll give her the backing because I do think that her supporters, it's changed. I still like Nikki. Like I still follow her. I still comment under her stuff. I still like her. Like I'm not gonna like stop liking her because of what's going on with the political stuff because I don't know why she's doing it. And I can't, I don't know what her reasoning is, right? So I can't like prejudge her for that. Um, why do I feel like everyone is against me? Because they probably are. um, yeah, I mean, it's like there's always a risk. Like every time you align yourself with someone, there is you're a pro and a con, right? And you got to balance the two and ask yourself, what's the pro and con of me aligning myself with this person? Like for me, I don't have friends at the moment. If anybody wants to put that in a group chat and laugh, I don't care. I'm too busy getting to the next level. So who's really the joke? um, I find it weird. People who make fun of people for stuff like that, I find them so strange. Like people who are trying to get to the next level are not really hyper focused on stuff like that, nor do they have time for stuff like that. So it's weird to even make a joke out of that. I don't care. I don't know. Like it's just it's your how do you navigate your lonely period? I'm never lonely. I'm busy all the time, you guys. I'm learning, I'm praying, I'm trying to get better at life. I'm never really lonely. Um I rather like cuz I kind of think back to why would an ex relentlessly make videos on social media indirectly towards me when he was the one that discarded me? Oh, okay, so he's trying to like humble you and make you feel bad about yourself. You can't live without a man. Who said I don't have a man? And second to that, women can live without a man. Men cannot live without women. That's biologically proven. So please don't start. Don't turn this into a Kevin Samuels live, please. Um, yeah, but you're never really lonely. Like it's. I mean, I like you will have certain periods of times where you're like, whoa, okay, I'm kind of feeling alone right now. Hey, Candy. I'm kind of feeling alone right now. Like you will have period of times like that, but I mean, you guys, as you get older, you have to get comfortable with understanding you're not going to you're not going to have a bunch of friends. It's just not, it's not, you should, don't even allow yourself to feel bad. It's part of growth. You have more standards, you have more requirements, you have more, you've been hurt before. You like, expecting a lot of friends, y'all, it's just not. Here's the thing. Okay, let's talk about just friendship in general, right? Are you guys a fit with the way you guys navigate through, like, for example, if one friend is like a low maintenance friend and the other friend is a high maintenance friend, it's not really going to work because one is going to feel neglected while one is going to feel annoyed, right? So you have to be in sync like that. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. If the Bible says, let the stargazer save you as mocking, why do we stargaze and call ourselves Sagittarius or Aquarius? Are we not children of the Most High who is in charge of the stars? People are draining. Disagree. It's the opposite. I don't know, you guys. When it comes to the friends thing, it's really hard. It's hard because it's like, can they sustain your growth? Can they sustain your evolution? Can you sustain their growth? Can you sustain their evolution? Can you sustain the different seasons of their life, their up seasons, their down seasons? Can you, like, it's really like a relationship. Friendships are like a relationship. Like it's literally a real relationship, literally. Friends turn to haters so fast it's crazy, but don't share personal information. You can watch Mel in peace. LOL. My friends also always find my side of YouTube controversial. What do you mean your side of YouTube controversial? You guys think I'm controversial? I don't think I'm controversial. I think that, I mean, I've been labeled many things. I just tell the truth about what I see with everything, socially, with men, with women, with relationships, with spirituality, with everything. Like I don't really have, I wouldn't call myself controversial. I think that if I see something, I just say it. Like I tell the truth. And sometimes telling the truth is controversial. It's considered controversial. I think the healthiest form of friendship is this live action YouTube. Yeah, I think virtual bonds that are healthy is it's easier than, because friendships can get really heavy. It depends. It depends. I don't have time for friends at the moment. I'm so busy trying to elevate. I also feel like I'm not able to relate to the people I used to relate to because I'm okay. I see your perspective and don't disagree, as there is one of the most high. Astrology was the first science, and there's some truth behind knowledge. Friendship is always relationships without the sexual part. Boom, there you go. Friendships is a relationship without the sexual part. It's true. What do you do when people constantly ask you questions back to back? That's a monitoring spirit. Uh-huh. Um, Mel is not controversial. She is a gift from God. I am controversial. Anything that comes from God is going to be controversial because God doesn't care about the lies that people try to uphold. That's not what he's there for. So if you're the type of person that you're going to speak the truth and you're going to tell the truth and you're going to tell what you see, regardless of what, Like when I made that post about the whole Kelly Rowland thing, where I said, why is Kelly Rowland talking about girls, and women empowerment? Like, why is she talking about that? I don't understand that. The reason why I didn't understand that is because, one, I do feel like that was a jab at Nicki. Two, she mentioned Doechii, Megan, and Cardi B and said, I'm all for women who support women. Those women don't really support women. Um, and I just felt like, what are you saying here? Here's the way I see it. If my friend is a singer and I'm a mass singer, I'm gonna at least have my friend on at least one single of my album. Kelly is never on a feature on any of Beyonce's major albums, not even one song. You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's strange? Come on. Like if we're gonna that's what I'm always saying, and that's where the controversial thing comes in. It's not controversial. I tell the truth. You cannot bring up a movement that you don't abide by. Don't bring up girls if you don't abide by it. You don't abide by it, your friend doesn't abide by it, so why bring it up? Let me tell you, if I'm a mass star, a multi-billion-dollar artist, singer, I'm going to have my girl on at least one of my songs on my album. If my album has 10 songs, my best friend, my sister, is going to be on at least one. She's going to be featured on at least one. Because when you think about it, this is what I'm talking about when I say that a lot of times in the community of women, there's a lot of lying. This is what I'm talking about. Because when you look at the men, features on songs with Young Thug. Young Thug is on songs with Future. Future is on songs with Drake. Drake is on songs with Lil Wayne. It's like they always give their friend in the industry at least one feature. Every rapper that has an album, they usually have other guys featured in there. Like it's just natural to them. It's like, oh, come to the studio, drop a verse. Like it's just natural and it's normal. And it's like, yeah, come drop a verse. Like they'll just be hanging out in their rap studio and not promoting drinking or smoking, but they'll just be smoking a blunt. Hey, you want to come drop a verse? Like with them, it's so easy. Why is it with women? It's just weird. Like, why are you not allowing your sister to get on at least one song on your album? You're already Beyonce. There's no competition between Beyonce and Kelly, meaning with career and notoriety. There's not even a competition there, anyways, if that was the concern. So why not just say, hey, I have an album I'm coming out with. What was her album that she had? Renaissance. It's 12 singles. I want you to come on one. Like never offer ever. Like you don't think that that's weird, and you're gonna sit and talk about girls? No. Nicki would always have Foxy on her albums all the time when they were cool. Like, yeah, come hop on a song with me. Like anybody she's cool with, male or female, can hop on the album and get on a song. She's always doing music with she used to do music with Foxy. She used to do music with Trina a lot back in the day. Nicki and Trina would always be on tracks together all the time. What I don't understand is if you are bringing up girls, you have a best friend that's not really a girl's girl. I hate to say it. Like, if you're my sister, if you're my friend, you're going to be on my album. Every album that I come out with, you will be on a single, always. Like, it's not going to even be a thought in my mind. Every album that I have, I will choose one song on the album where you get to be on it with me. And we just get to do it for fun. We make a song together for fun because we're friends, we're sisters, we love each other. Let's do it for fun. This will be a fun single on the album. Like, let's have fun. Let's do a music video together. Like, it makes me think, are these women actually friends? Because if this is what their friendships look like, it's not real. Beyonce's features are very strategic. Whether it's strategic or not strategic, if someone is her friend, they should at least be on a tune. Kelly doesn't fit the vision. You see, but that's That's an egotistical, shallow way of thinking. So what, is Kelly not good enough? Are her vocals not good enough to be on at least one song? Who cares? You're Beyonce. Whatever you put out, people are gonna buy. Whatever you put out, people are gonna purchase. Whatever you put out, you're Beyonce. You've established yourself. We give you your flowers. Whatever you put out, people are gonna purchase. People are gonna show up. Let's be honest. It's just I feel like it's just shady. I don't care. It's just shady. And I bet you if Kelly and Nicki were cool, Kelly would be on Nicki's album. I bet you that without a shadow of a doubt. Nicki would say, "Hey, come drop a verse for me." But yet she's the meanest one in the industry. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. I'm sorry. Y'all are liars. I don't believe you. Beyonce has never had Kelly on one of her tours. See? Brandy and Monica had Kelly on their recent tour. Kelly said out of her own mouth that the Boy Is Mine tour was the first tour she had been on in 15 years. Your best friend is a top notch performer and artist, and she's never had you on her stage. Interesting. Interesting. Tells you a lot. It tells you a lot. No, I like Beyonce too. I don't have a problem with her. I respect her work ethic and I respect her hustle, but it's weird. Like if someone's your friend, come on, like at least one song, at least a verse, like a music video, like something. It's weird to me. Nicki's always giving people features. Same thing with Chloe. Never gave I feel like I hate to say it, I feel like Beyonce doesn't want nobody else in the spotlight but her. Yeah, she doesn't want anybody else in the spotlight but her. And hey, maybe that's just the way she works. Some people just work that way. Some people don't like having people involved in their work, right? And I get that. You know, as someone like me, I always say that I work alone. Like you guys will probably never ever see another person on my platform. That's just how I work because I am the essence and God is the spirit behind my platform. So you probably won't ever see that. But if somebody's my friend and they're in the same industry as me and we're friends, I don't really see a reason why we can't get together and do something fun. It's weird. It's weird. I feel like she wants to be the only person. That's the vibe I get. She wants to be the only one. She wants to be the only one. Is she mean or just assertive with boundaries? I think Beyonce is just assertive with boundaries. I think Beyonce is very particular about her stuff. So I may see it that way, but again, everybody's different. But for me, like as I always say, none of us are making it out of here alive. Anyways, it's life. You know, life is short. So I'm gonna enjoy my sister. I'm gonna enjoy my bestie. Yes, I'm gonna have her. We're gonna make memories together. Like I don't care. I want her involved in everything that I do because I don't care about all the other, dynamics of things. Because when you're already a household name, you don't have to do much. All you have to do is show up and people are going to come to your concert. Like Beyonce could put out an album with one song and have a tour, and everybody's going to show up to hear her perform one song. Like you've already established yourself. So I don't know. I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird. That's just me personally. I wouldn't do that to someone, to a woman that I consider my friend, my sister. No, I wouldn't do her like that. I wouldn't do her dirty like that. I don't know. Everybody's different, so I can't really judge her, but that's just me. Um, she can be on at least one song, and I'm sure she would love that. She would love that because I think Kelly admires Beyonce a lot, and it's beautiful. You want to admire your friend. I think Kelly admires Beyonce, not in a jealous way. It's just she really loves her. She loves Beyonce. Like she's like Beyonce's biggest fan. Not in a negative way though. Not in like a weird way, but she loves her friend. Like she admires her friend. She gives her friend her flowers. And I think, those connections are important too. Like I have certain people in my life that I admire them, and I always tell them that. I'm like, everything about you, the way you work, like every time I look at the way you work, it tells me that I need to do better. And I'm not saying that in a competitive or jealous way, but when I see the way you work and I love your work ethic, it encourages me to be better and to do better. Right. And I think it's important to tell people when you see something in them that you love. So I do think she loves Kelly. And I can see that. I mean, I think Kelly really loves her, but I just don't understand the never on the song thing. I don't know. It's weird. But they do recognize me. And that's where I give Kelly and Michelle their props because they are real friends to Beyonce. They are. Most women would not be able to be friends with Bey. Okay. They give her her props. They like her. They honor her. And that's the whole thing. You want friends you can admire. And I'm sure Beyonce has things about them that she admires that may not be, entertainment related. You want people that are your friends that you admire. There are certain things about them that you love and that you honor, right? And there's certain things about you that they love and that they honor. Like that's what makes bonds healthy. Like everybody around me that's close to me, they all have different character traits about them that I lack, that I love, right? And I have certain character traits about me that they lack, but they love, right? So we are always building each other up all the time. All the time. It's healthy, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. Um, but I'm just saying that it's a little weird. But hey, maybe there may be some other dynamics behind the scenes. But I didn't like that statement that she made about the women empowerment girls girl thing. I didn't like that because no shade, but Cardi B did hire men to go to a club allegedly to beat up women. So no woman who respects women is going to beat up women that are hire men, not even women, hire men to beat up women that your man is messing around with. That's not someone who respects women at all. Because a woman cannot fight a man off of her. You know that. You sent men because men are stronger and they're gonna hit harder, right? That was weird. I would never trust somebody like that. Um, Latavia and Latoya, I don't really know who those people are, but again, carefully choosing your circle. I think those two friends that Beyonce has are probably the only ones she's gonna have because they're the only ones that can handle her and then can go on that stage with her, and it's her show, and not feel triggered or jealous of her show. That's usually, for all of you ladies listening, that's going to be the biggest wedge in your friendships. Is one if that jealousy comes to the surface, it's not going to last. And the fact that they've lasted with her for so long, that shows you that they do love each other and there is no jealousy amongst them. Women empowerment is a scam. Women that was sleeping with her husband. She's immature. Because Michelle gonna feel left out if Kelly gets a record. We'll have them each on a separate song then. Who cares? You're Beyonce. People are gonna purchase whatever you buy. It doesn't matter. It's just you gotta choose your circles and you never wanna be the booster friend, right? You wanna be the friend that's like equal. Jealous your envy, what's the difference? I think I made a video about the difference. I think that envy is if between jealousy and envy is more dangerous because envy is harder to jealousy, you can catch it. Envy, you can't. Envy, you cannot catch envy. It's the Holy Spirit has to tell you. Because an envious person will support you, an envious person will purchase from you, an envious person will watch your kids for you, an envious person will lend you money. Envy is very different. Envy is what unalives people, not jealousy. Jealousy is very transparent, it's very obvious, it can't be hidden. Envy Envy is the woman who doesn't like you, but is trying to get close to you to go out to dinner. That's envy. Envy is the woman who doesn't like you, but stays in your inbox. That's envy. Envy, it's more hidden, it's covert, it's very attaching itself. Envy is much different, and I can spot both. Jealousy is more snarky comments, shady comments. It's very transparent. Jealousy is overt, envy is covert, right? So if someone's envious of you, they will say, "Hey, can I work with you? Hey, can I be your personal assistant? Hey, I'll watch your daughter for you." That's envy. That's what envy is. It's more hidden. It's and once it activates, you're done. So envy is what happened to Selena. There you go. So a jealous woman, if a woman is jealous of me, she's going to do what those ladies did at the bank. It's very open, it's very transparent, it's very obvious. When a woman is envious of me, she's going to be in my inbox trying to gain proximity to me. She's going to try to embed herself in my life in some way. I know the difference between how they are. So an envious woman wants to go out to dinner with me. She's going to invite me to go out to lunch with her. That's how envy gets down. Jealousy is very transparent, it's very obvious, it's very, you see it right away. Envy on the other hand, that's the slither. That's this. Envy is this. That's the slither. Jealousy is the crocodile. Where the crocodile is there and its mouth is open like this and you see all the teeth. That's jealousy. It's very obvious. Envy, that's the slithering snake. That's the one that you can't see. It's in the grass. It's popping its head out. They're very different. So if a woman is envious of you, she's going to try, she's going to purchase from you, she's going to buy from you. She's going to go to school with you, she's going to go to gym with you, she's going to pick up your children for you. That's envy. Okay? So you got to know the difference. Envy is what's the most scary. So, you have to again just know the difference of what it looks like. Like I'll give you guys an example. Like I think I've already shared that example of what happened like at my home church. That's envy. Like an envious woman is, if a woman is jealous, she's going to show you, it's going to be transparent, it's going to be obvious, it's going to be, but if a woman is envious, you're not going to see it. She's going to try to align herself with you. So you have to use your discernment, right? Use your discernment. Not everybody who's trying to align themselves with you is envious of you, but you just got to use your envy is a lot. It's very complimentary. It's a lot of compliments and stuff. So you just have to be careful. Envy is more, but if you're hyper intuitive, envy is very easy to spot. Envy is easy to spot. It is easy because it's gonna feel weird. Like what why are you trying to, you're gonna feel it, so great explanation. Yeah, jealousy is a crocodile, envy is a serpent. There's a difference between the two. Yeah. Envy is more, if a woman is envious, she's going to try to, yeah, she's going to try to be your friend. She's going to try to get in your good graces. She's going to try to create a bond, right? Jealousy, she won't do that. She's going to just start bashing you off bat. It's going to be very apparent. So it's envy that you have to um be careful with. Yeah, jealousy is crocodile, envy is serpent. Crocodile has his mouth open, it looks scary, you see all the teeth. Envy, that's the snake. You can't see it. It's in the grass. It's blending into the color of the grass. And you step on it and it bites you. Like it's very random. That's the difference. Hmm. Do you think all envious people are conscious about what they are doing? Yes. In my experience, it seems subconscious and they just feel justified in screwing you over. Jabs, passive aggressive comments. I hate that. That's jealousy. Jabs and passive aggressive comments is jealousy. Envy doesn't play out that way. Envy doesn't play out as jabs or passive aggressive comments. That's not envy. That's jealousy. That's not envy. Envy is random. It's by surprise. It's not apparent. It's not as it's not like that. It doesn't appear like that. Thank you, Abby. Yeah, envy is very different from jealousy. It's very different. It appears different. It shows itself different. It's very different. It's very different. Um, Jealousy is very obvious. Like it's very you can see it. Like they'll say things, they'll do things, they'll throw shade. Like uh jealousy is very obvious. Envy is only felt because it's not seen. Envy is felt, it's not seen. You don't see it. There won't be any gestures, right? It's you have to feel it. Like the way they look at you, their eyes when you're talking to them, the sharpness of their pupils. It's the snake eyes, it's different than jealousy, right? So when it comes to envy, it's different. Can men be envious of a woman? Of course. Of course. Both genders can feel that. Yeah, envy is more, this is how envy would play out. Envy would play out as, okay, I'll use myself as an example. Although this would never happen, right? Because again, coaches don't play, so I already know what to look out for. But let's just use myself an example. If a woman is envious of me, she's going to try to get in my vicinity. So she may send something along the lines of, "Hey, like I really like you and your content. I really, you sound like you're really busy. I love what you do. I would love to be of service to you. I would love to support you. I would love to, possibly help you with everything you have going on. I'd like to release the load on you. I'd like to alleviate your workload for you. Can I work for you? It's going to start like that. It's going to start like that. Now I say, "Oh yeah, wow, this is awesome. Thank you. Like absolutely. I'm so happy you love what I do. Yeah, of course. I want you to work for me. Yes, let's do it." Then she's going to start working for me. As she's starting to work for me, slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly, she's going to try to embed herself in my life more. Meaning, "Oh, well, I picked up all of your packages. Yeah, you can just send them to the business." "No, no, no. You can just drop them off at the warehouse." "No, no, no. I don't want to drop them off at the warehouse." "No, I don't want you to go the extra mile. I'll bring it to your house. I'll bring it to your house for you." "Oh, yeah, sure. Wow, you're so sweet." But you see, some people don't catch that behavior is odd, right? So she's going to bring it to my house. The whole point of her bringing it to my house was so that she can know where I live, right? Again, it's all strategic. She brings it to my house and I say, "Hey, do you want to come in and like have, some food?" Then we're turning it into like a bond, right? Now she's in my house. Now she's getting comfortable with me. Now she's laying on my bed as I get ready, right? All of this, for weeks, there's a person that tried to slander my business, and she went back and forth with that person for me, meaning she defended me, she fought for me, right? Like you see, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. It's just I'm immune to all of that. I already know how this works. She's going to fight for me, right? She's going to say, "Oh wow, this person's talking about you. I'm gonna battle them for you." It's gonna be a lot of that, right? And then if I'm in a vulnerable moment, she's going to offer herself to be my rock during my vulnerable moment. Why? Because she needs that emotional connection with me as well. It's they follow the same model, okay? And then when that happens, whatever, things are going to be going well, and out of nowhere, she's going to do something crazy, like possibly book me for an event without telling me and I don't go. It's always going to be something random that comes out of the blue, right? That's how envy works. It's like a snake, it's slithering, right? So you got to be careful. She's going to do all that. We grow that bond, whatever. And then out of nowhere, I'm going to find out that she booked a booking for me to speak at a seminar and I'm not going to know about it until I get a call and they say, "Hey, there was a booking for you at a seminar. The whole crowd is here waiting for you. Where are you?" I don't know about it. Now, this is all hypothetical. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand how the brains of these type of people work and what they do, right? But when you know this stuff, it never works, right? So, she's gonna do that. And when I find out, I'm gonna address her, or she's gonna say, "Well, let's just meet at your house and talk about it," right? Because she already knew where I lived because she tried to get that emotional bond with me. It's all textbook. It never works when you know how these women and men operate. It doesn't work because women and men follow the same model. There's nothing different about what they follow. They follow the same model. So she's gonna tell me, "Well, I'll come to your house and we'll talk about it there." And then she'll probably try to like pull out, you know what on me during the back and forth. That is how they operate. It's very random. They're going to be on their best behavior for you for months and years, and they're going to help you, and they're going to fight for you, and they're going to show up for you, and and then out of nowhere they're going to do something crazy, and they're going to try to take you out. That's why envy is a lot more covert. The jealous person is very obvious. It's very transparent. It's those I prefer them actually because it's very transparent. With envy, it's not, it's very random. So I already know how an envious woman would approach me. I already know what she's gonna say. I know what she's gonna do. I know all the steps, ma'am. I can buy you, sell you, buy you, sell you, buy you, sell you, and buy you and sell you again. Okay. I know how all these steps work, ma'am. I know. I know. So that's usually how envy presents itself. It's not as maybe say, "Oh, she's envious of me." I'm like, "No, she's jealous of you because there are so many signs." With envy, there's not really signs. It's something that comes out of the blue randomly down the line. So that person is jealous of you because you see signs. They're not envious. Envy is it's going to come out of the blue. It's going to be random and it's going to be big and it's going to be heavy and it's going to be aggressive. So that's the difference. Mhm. Yeah, so you have to like sense and feel. Um, I think one of the biggest differences is with envy, the person wants to be so close to you. With jealousy, the person wants to stay. With jealousy, they want to stay away from you. With envy, they want to get close to you. That's the difference. The jealous person wants to isolate you. They don't want you to be a part of the group. They don't want you around. They want to, destroy your reputation off rip, right? It's very obvious. But envy is like, no, I want to try to be her friend. I want her to believe that I like her. That is how that operates. So, oops. You just have to use your intuition. You have to use your discernment, and your intuition and discernment is going to help you decide, you know, it's all about what your spirit tells you. Like, for example, I went to go get a service done a couple of days ago, and the person that I usually work with for this service, I go there, the person's there, and I'm very picky and choosy about who I go to for my services. And another person walked in that is cool with the person that provided me the service. So when the other person walked in, I'm like, "Oh no, I don't like that person's energy." It's not like they did anything to me. They didn't do anything bad to me, but I could already tell this is not the energy that I want around me when I'm doing my services. Why? Because the minute my gut gets triggered or I don't feel comfortable anymore or I feel like I'm on eggshells, that means that is not an essence or energy that I want to align myself with. That's what that means. That's my body already telling me. So I noticed that when I was getting my service done with the person I always get it done with, I feel light, I feel relaxed, I feel balanced, I feel peaceful, I feel calm, I feel chill, I feel good. But the moment that person walked in, the whole atmosphere changed for me. I no longer felt that comfort, I no longer felt that peace, and I no longer felt that ease. Right? And after the session was done, the new person that came in, it was a lot of compliments. It was over complimentary, and I'm like, that's that envy that I'm talking about. That is, it's presenting itself right now, but I already felt it when they walked in, that me and this person's energy didn't align. And it's not that they did anything to me. It's just my body will automatically tell me. My body will automatically tell me if the thing, if we're aligned or not, right? So that's why I always say, and we'll talk about this also in the spiritual warfare masterclass. That's why I say people, I always say, people, you can't force yourself onto me. You can't compliment your way into my gates. It doesn't work because I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at this. How does my stomach feel after I talk to you or as I'm talking to you? What does my spirit feel? Right? Because that's what I have to listen to. I have to listen to my spirit. I have to listen to Holy Spirit. What is God telling me? That is what I have to base things on, right? So I noticed that the minute this guy walked in, I didn't feel that ease or peace anymore. I didn't feel it anymore. My posture started to change. I said, like, my posture, it's not that it got defensive, it wasn't relaxed anymore. Like, at first my posture was like this. And when this person came in, now my posture is like this. Like, it's not, you see what I mean? I went from this, relax, chill, at peace, at ease, to this. Once I go from this to this, my body's already telling me that's not in a, that I cannot align with that, right? I could already feel it, right? But that's how I operate because one, I'm praying. Two, I'm listening to my spirit and all that stuff. So I'm able to better dissect what connection is going to happen and what connection is not going to happen. So I can tell or I can sense when a woman is like complimenting me and doing all that stuff, and it's like real and it's coming from a healthy place. But my body also tells me when this is a spirit of envy that is hiding in this woman and she's trying to cloak herself. So I can automatically tell, and they don't know that I can tell. So they keep trying, but I can already see it though. So you're kind of like, it's not going to work because I'm not looking at what you're presenting to me. I'm looking at the spirit that's operating in you towards me. That's the difference, you know? And I could even talk about this even with like my entire like interview process and stuff with when I was doing some of the when I was doing the mentorship. I'll probably get back to it, but I have a couple of other things that I got to focus on for this year. That's also what helped me pick too, my stomach. My stomach, my spirit always was able to tell me, right? Because people are not as transparent with how they feel about you and why they want to align themselves with you. They're not going to really tell you. So your spirit, your gut will tell you this person wants to align with me because they really want to learn. There's no other motive there. So my spirit will automatically give me the MO, right? So that's what you have to look at. It's like, I don't know, like you have to look at things from a spiritual sense. You can't just look at things from a physical sense. You have to look at stuff from a spiritual sense, even when you're dating. Like, how does your stomach feel when you're dating this guy? How does your stomach feel when you're dating this woman? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel calm, cool, collective, right? Or do you feel nervous or confused or anxious or stressed? Like, your body tells you. What about when they are behaving helpful when you never asked for it, coming in strong? Probably envy. Envy is very helpful. Envy is always trying to assist you because that's a way to get you to put your guard down. Nobody's going to turn down help, right? Nobody's going to turn down help. That's why it's not all help that you are it's not everybody that offers to help you that you take. Some people's help, you don't take it. You say, thank you so much. I appreciate you for offering that. And you leave it at that, right? But you have to use, if they always throw minor digs at you, that's jealousy. That's not envy, that's jealousy. Yeah, that's jealousy. That's not envy. Envy doesn't work. Envy's not that obvious. That's jealousy. Envy is probably the person that envy. So you're saying, what if what if they always throw minor digs at you? That's jealousy. Envy, the envious friend would, or the envious person would yell at the person that threw the jab at you. That's how envy works. Envy is also very overprotective. Envy is very protective. Envy is very protective. So the envious person would probably fight the person that threw that jab at you to show you that they have your back, to make sure that you have solid belief that they'll never harm you, right? It's all a massive buildup. I know this stuff, y'all. Had a lot of experience with men and women in life. I know all of this already. It's scary. Yeah, it is, but that's how it is. Envy is very protective. It's a very protective, envious. When someone has a spirit of envy, they're very protective over the person they're envious of. They will fight people for you. They will beat people up for you. Yeah. And it's all to create a mass foundation of trust. Uh-huh. It's a mass foundation of trust that they're trying to build. So you guys, that's why I say if you don't know this stuff, don't make friends and stuff. If you don't know this stuff, if you can't spot this stuff, if you can't, stay home. Stay home. Stay home. hmm That's how envy presents itself. What to do if my best friend is copying me always and wants to know about everything? Well, just start distancing yourself. Yeah, I mean, envy and jealousy is different. It's very different. Like if someone's envious of you, they're gonna try their best to be a part of your life. They're gonna try their best to gain your trust. They want you to trust them. They want you to believe that they're trustworthy. They will fight for you. They will lend you money. They will babysit your children for you. They will plan your wedding for you. They will plan your baby shower for you. They will do all of that. They will do all of that because the goal is to create an atmosphere of trust. It's to create an atmosphere of trust. That's what their obsession is, getting you to trust them. That's the goal, right? So that's envy. Envy is a lot more scarier than jealousy. Jealousy, you'll survive it. Envy, you won't, because it's very strategic. So you got to be careful. Why do those friends always one up you in conversations? Probably jealousy. That's jealousy. That's not envy. Uh-huh. It's very complicated. It's very complicated, but you have to have the spirit of God, because if you have God's spirit, that stuff doesn't work. Those games don't work. Because your spirit is going to tell you no. So a lot of this, yeah, you have to be able to know these things, but if you are connected to God, God's going to just tell you. So you don't even have to go through all of that. God's just going to show you. So you don't even have to go through all of that. It's just God makes everything easier in a way, because God just tells us, and it's like he shows us in dreams. So when you have God, you don't really have to go through the hoopla. He'll just show you, and you're like, okay, God, thank you, and then you just get away from the person. It's not gonna be a big deal. That's why you have to be close to God, so that you can see. And once you find out, you're like, okay, thank you, God, for showing me that about this person, and you move on. It's that simple. And then another thing, envy is consistent. Jealousy is inconsistent. Envy is consistent. So when someone's jealous of you, they're inconsistent. They're purposefully not going to show up to your baby shower. They're not going to call you back, right? They're going to cancel last minute on the lunch date, right? They're going to um not show up when they're supposed to. Like Jealousy is inconsistent. Envy is consistent. So when someone's envious of you, they're never going to stop reaching out to you. They're going to keep trying to align with you. They're going to keep emailing you. They're going to keep texting you. They're going to keep DMing you. They're going to give it all they got to ensure that alignment happens. They're very consistent, right? So two things can be true at once. Why are you keep trying to text me? Why do you keep emailing me? What do you want from me? The more you do that, the more red flags is going to be raised in my mind, because what do you want? Right? So that's how that spirit is. That spirit's very consistent. It doesn't stop, it doesn't get tired. The goal is to get near the target. That's the goal. I need to get near this woman. I need to get near this man. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to buy candy. I'm going to buy a bear. I'm going to bail their son out of prison. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get close to this person. That's how that spirit operates. It's very, very consistent, persistent. It's loyal. Envy is loyal, in the beginning at least. Envy is it's loving. Envy is very loving. This person is going to present itself as they love you a lot. Envy is very protective. This person's going to be involved in every intricate area of your life. Okay, they want to know about your husband, they want to know about your wife. Well, why is your husband treating you bad, girl? Just come and sleep over here. You don't have to deal with him tonight. Come sleep over here. Right? It's envy is very protective. Oh, she's messing with you, let me have a conversation with her. Right? Envy is very protective. Envy is very loving. Oh yeah, I'll for sure, I'll plan your baby shower, and she's gonna give you the best baby shower too. The best flowers, that she's gonna get you the best centerpiece. Honey, your baby shower is gonna be a 10 out of 10. She's gonna get the best for that baby shower, honey. She's gonna buy the best cloths, mm, the best centerpieces. She's not gonna let you pay for anything. Envy's also very generous. She's not gonna let you pay for anything. No, ma'am. She's gonna pay for everything for you. Oh, don't worry about the baby shower. I got it. No, but let me give you the money for the town hall. Oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna take care of everything. I'm gonna take care of everything. I'm going to take care of everything. I'm going to take care of everything for you. I just want you to show up. It's your day. It's your day. Snake eyes. Right? And the scary thing is, the person could really like you, and they're really like that, and they're not envious. It's just that the spirit of God is the spirit of truth. The spirit of God is the spirit of truth. So that's how you're going to know. That's the only way you're going to know. You're not going to know without the spirit of God. You're not going to know. Uh-huh. Yeah. Envy is loyal. Envy is loving. Envy is supportive. Envy is generous. Um, envy is emotionally safe. It's all of those things. It's very scary. If you're not sharp, stay home. If you're not sharp, stay home. Stay out of people's faces if you're not sharp, because it's not a game, you guys. Um, what's a good example of this? Let me see if I can give you guys some examples. I've never, like, throughout my life, like, I've dealt with jealousy, but envy, I've never really dealt with that though. Um, I've never really had too much experience with that. Let me see if I have any stories. With jealousy, yes, I've dealt with that a lot. I told you guys about that bank story, but with envy, I've always had a very sensitive nervous system. So I've never really dealt with envy, because the minute my nervous system, because I'm naturally introverted and like a little bit more distant. So the minute someone's hyper energetic about trying to get near me, it scares me off. Like, I'm like a cat. I'm literally like a cat. The more you run towards me, the more I'm going to run away. Like, you're scaring me. Like like I get scared. So I've never dealt with envy, because The minute I feel that, hey, let's be friends. I mean, like the minute I feel that, I get scared and turned off immediately. So, but jealousy I've dealt with a lot. Envy, no, because my nervous system would automatically feel triggered with the rushiness and the aggression of trying to connect with me. I immediately get turned off and I step away and I get away. So I haven't dealt with that. Have I seen it in action? Have I seen it in action? Hmm. Have I seen it in action? Have I seen it in action? Um, have I seen it in action? I've seen it in action with some of the friends that my mother had in the past, but those stories are too long. I'm not going to go into detail with that. I'm trying to think if I have any shorter stories of that. I've never really dealt with envy though. I haven't dealt with that. Um, no, I haven't because my nervous system always got triggered and I'm kind of like a cat and I'm going to run away from you if you try to like attach yourself to me. I'm going to run. So, and it's not avoidant. I just that energy is weird. Like, why are you, you know? So I've never dealt with envy. I think envy is like this person's trying really hard to attach. Like, I've never dealt with that, but I know certain people who have dealt with that. Like Selena, you know, and her story. That was envy written all over it. That wasn't jealousy. That was envy written all and envy always ends that way. So I've never dealt with envy in my life. No. Jealousy from people, yes. I've never dealt with envy from a woman, no. Mm-mm. I've never had that type of scenario before. Yeah, it's like, well, one time. I think I've shared this before. There was a young lady that I was friends with when I was in college, and we stopped being friends. We lost contact because she went to nursing school. Um, she went to nursing school. I think we lost contact. We regained contact on Instagram, but that was like 6 years later, right? So we start talking, and she's very persistent about like trying to see me. She's like, "Oh yeah, like I'll take a flight. I'll take a flight. I'll come down. I'll take a flight. You know, when do you want to book the flights?" And I'm like, you know, so now I'm older now at this point. So I'm a little bit different in my head. I'm like, I haven't seen this person in 7 years. Like people change a lot within 7 years. I don't really know you well enough to like be staying in a hotel room with you or anything like that because it's been 7 years. So I don't know much about you. I don't know what you're into now. Like I'm very strategic and careful. So I'm like, you know, I'll let you know. I remember saying that, but every day she would check in again. Hey, you want me to book the hotel? Hey, you want me? And I just thought that that was odd considering we didn't see each other in 7 years. And, you know, and you're willing to just hop on a flight and come and see me when we have not had a verbal conversation in almost a decade. That was a red flag for me. Um, and then one day I was talking to her on the phone, and we always had really good phone conversations. I was talking to her on the phone. And again, this is where discernment comes in. And I'll talk about this on the spiritual warfare class. One day I was talking to her on the phone, and Holy Spirit, that's the Spirit of God, Jesus, I want to be clear on that. The Holy Spirit told me, pay attention to your dream tonight. I've shared this before. Pay attention to your dream tonight. A whisper. And that's what I love about God's voice. With God's voice, it's usually a whisper. It's a beautiful, it's a whisper that you cannot miss. When God speaks to you, you cannot miss it. You never have to doubt that it's God's voice ever because your spirit feels this overwhelming sensation of peace when he speaks. You never miss it. If people are like, oh, well, do you think God told me that? I'm like, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Because when God speaks, your spirit immediately recognizes it. You don't even have to second guess it because of the way it feels when it's spoken. You're like, this is not my mind. This is not my subconscious. This is God. Like you feel it. So I heard that whisper. Pay attention to your dream tonight. Pay attention. And it just faded. I was in the car. I was like, okay. All right, God, I'll pay attention to my dream tonight. Thank you for telling me that. Went to bed. and I had a dream that somebody was chasing me with one of these. I shared this story before. And I'm like running, running, running. I'm shutting doors. I'm closing the door behind me. I'm closing the doors. And I jump out the window and I roll down the hill and I get up and I'm running, 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 running. I'm trying to get to my car. And by the time I get to my car, I get in the car and I'm like, crap, where are my keys? My keys probably fell as I was running. And this person was like wearing all black with like a ski mask, couldn't see the face, nothing. And then I said, oh, where's my keys? And then in my dream, the Holy Spirit said, I got them for you. They're on the passenger seat. So I look down on the passenger seat and there are the keys. So I grab the keys and I start the car and I start driving. And then when I wake up from the dream, I wake up sweating, like hair sweating, bed sweating, my outfit sweat. Like I had to change the bed sheets when I woke up from that dream. And the minute I woke up, her image appeared in my head. And I'm like, okay. The next day, she was the first person on my text message list telling me good morning. I'm going to call you after I have lunch later today. We'll talk later today. I love our calls, right? So you see how envy works? It's not obvious. If it's obvious, it's not envy. It's not. So I pick up her call, and how do you know if it's envy versus them being lonely and wanting attention? My spirit. You guys have to work on your spirit because many things are going to look the same. It's only your spirit that's going to differentiate. Salt looks like sugar. The only way you're going to taste what is salt and what is sugar is by tasting with your tongue. So the Holy Spirit, in a way, is like the tongue in a salt and sugar situation. The Holy Spirit is the only one that can tell you because so many things in life look the same. You know, if you don't have a spirit guiding you, I can't tell you, hey, look at this, look at that. No, like the Holy Spirit has to reveal to you because sometimes someone can just really be lonely, right? And it's not envy, right? So only your spirit can tell you. So I get on the phone with her and I'm like, that's odd. What was that about? So I get on the phone with her and I get on the phone with her. I go to bed that night. I'm being chased with that thing again, right? I'm being chased with that thing again, but this time in a forest. And I'm like, okay. And then the next day, I had a call with her and we were talking, and I shared something with her about something that God helped me conquer. And then the next day, I started having the symptoms of that thing that I shared with her that I conquered. I started having the symptoms, and I had to go to the doctor, and I had to go to the hospital. And I'm like, oh, she's trying to throw stuff on me. That's what this is. And I blocked her on everything. I got rid of her, and that was 4 years ago. So that's how my spirit operates. I'm going to pick up on it and I'm going to just get away from you with no explanation. Right. So, but again, you have to be connected to God in order to just see and know like that. Right. So, um, you got to pay attention to things. Because your spirit will tell you, your spirit will tell you. You just have to pay attention. Um, yeah, that's what happened to me. True story. True story. Yep. And then she started trying to call me off block numbers when I blocked her number. But the minute I saw that and I felt those symptoms, I said, oh no, I'm going to get away from you. Something's not right with this chick. And I got away. But that is probably the closest I've been to envy was that. That was envy because there were no signs. She never said anything to me that was mean. She never said anything to me that was rude. She never said anything to me that was shady. She never said anything to me. Um, and I remember when it was my birthday and she knew it was my birthday, she literally cashed out me $300. Like she's never done anything. So that's what I'm saying. It's not transparent, doesn't really show signs. It's kind of just waiting. It's in hibernation for a while. So yeah, that's what happened. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. So it's like you have to, yeah, so I say you gotta carefully choose your circle. You gotta be careful. You gotta use your spirit, use discernment. What is God telling me about this person? What is God telling me about this connection? What is God telling me about this environment? What is God telling me? 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 You have to always ask yourself that. What is God telling me? What is God telling me? And he will let you know. They want to get back in your life, lovely. That's why. Yeah. So I always tell people that's those are the characteristics of envy: love, support, generosity, all of that. So you just have to. I don't know. It's a bone chilling feeling that you get even when you see them interacting. Like you can feel it. It's very thick. It's very transparent. So God will tell you. God will show you. God will tell you. Let me see if I have any other examples. I'll share a lot of examples on the spiritual warfare class on Sunday. I'll try to pull up as much as I can from examples, literal examples. Let me see if I have any other examples. Um, no, you have to listen to the Holy Spirit. That's the only way because you're not gonna know something's not everything is in the gray area either. Sometimes you really can't tell. You cannot tell. You can't tell. So you have to listen to the Holy Spirit and see what he says. What is he saying? Ask him, what do you think about this relationship? Can you show me in a dream tonight? Can you talk to me? And he'll tell you, he'll show you. The question is, are you going to listen? But he'll show you. The Holy Spirit, he'll tell you, he'll show you, he'll reveal to you. Um, Mel, God gave you the gift of discernment. I do have the gift of discernment. I can tell immediately, instantly, instantly when I meet somebody. I could tell right away, right away, right away, right away. Mm-hmm. Right away. Not all Christians, even prayerful ones, have that. That's why your teaching is so important. Yeah, I'm just able to sense, I can feel it's definitely a good like secret kind of weapon in a way. Somebody rage baited you and you got fired? Oh wow. Well, maybe it was time for you to move on to the next chapter. Thank you. I never hear God in dreams, but through your videos, he taught me to pursue that in my sleep. Yes. God was always like, that's why I always tell people, why would you not want to be friends with God? Why would you not want to be close to God? Why would you not want a relationship with God? God knows everything about everyone. He sits at the top. He sees everything going on down here. Everything. Conversations, God sees everything. Why would you not want to be connected to the person that knows all things? Why would you not want to connect yourself to somebody like that? Why would you not want someone like that in your corner? God will show you everything. God will show you things about people that you shouldn't even know because he probably wants you to pray for them. God will warn you. God will bring you back to the past to show you something that happened in the past that's affecting you now. Why would you not want to be connected to a power like that, a powerhouse like that? Envy is very subtle. You tell your friend you got a new car and he asks when are the kids coming? That's jealousy. That's not envy. Envy wouldn't say that. Envy would clap and scream with joy and get you seat warmers. That's jealousy. Yeah. Hmm. So I've been looking at celebrities, Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma. Supposedly she complimented her often. And next thing you know, she has her husband and style. Oh yeah, that's envy. Envy is always going to lead with compliments, always. Because it has to build the foundation. It has to marinate you first. It's always going to lead with that. So envy leads with compliments, jealousy leads with insults. Jealousy is very obvious. What makes envy subtle? Because it's a marination process. Envy requires deep marination. It's like soaking a turkey Turkeys, it takes a lot to soak a whole turkey to marinate it. It takes a while. That's how envy is. But then when the turkey is cooked, it's cooked. So, hi, I believe that someone's been doing witchcraft against me. I don't know where to start with praying and spiritual warfare. I also am struggling with being active daily and it feels spiritual. So if you don't know where to start with praying, then you got to start praying. No one can pray for you. The spiritual battle is individual. So, yeah, people can pray for you outside, but the strongest prayer is the prayer that comes from within you. And if you can't do that, then who's going to help you? People can only help you so much. You have to, force yourself to pray. I found your channel last year when I literally was going through warfare with envious people. Your video was confirmation that it was okay to cut them off. This is my only job. They've been watching me, so they destroy my job opportunities. All I want is a new job to get away. Give me a second, you guys. Let me get my charger. Just a sec. $100. Thank you for that. It's a good blessed day for me today. Thank you for blessing me in my ministry. I appreciate that and God appreciates that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if you're not following Children of the Light, please do so. Hold on, you guys. Let me grab my charger. Okay, I am back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, what was I saying again? Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Envy wants to get close, jealousy wants to have distance, right? So, if you go to a workplace and a woman is jealous of you, she's going to stay away from you. She's going to start reporting you to the management. She wants to get you fired. She doesn't want to be in the same room as you. That's jealousy. The envious coworker is going to invite you out to lunch. She's going to tell you, "Let's go get lunch. Let's start hanging out after work. Let's go to the gym together." That is what envy is going to try to align themselves with you. So that's how that works. Am I still Can you guys hear me on TikTok? I think so. So you guys get it? I hope you guys kind of understand more or less. Do you guys understand more or less what I'm saying? I know it can be a little confusing, but I think I broke it down right. I think I broke it down right. Thank you so much, Shuba. I appreciate that. I've been through a church humiliation. I told Pastor something personal. He preached over pulpit about it. He's a narcissist. And then his wife, she went home, changed her outfit. Yeah, that's a narcissistic leader. Those are performative Christians. There's a difference between Christians who follow God and Christians who are performing and following a religion. You need to know the difference. Okay, so that's performative. That's a performative Christ follower. Nobody who is following God is going to go on stage to make your sermon about another person. Because if you're being led by the Holy Spirit doesn't deal with nonsense. The Holy Spirit don't deal with gossip. So the Holy Spirit is not going to give you a sermon created to hurt another person. The Spirit of God is pure. It doesn't operate with, it's not a vindictive nature spirit. So when you go on a pulpit and you're about to preach to a congregation and you're about to teach to a congregation, the Spirit is supposed to be leading you. A lot of times when the Spirit of God is leading somebody and they're genuine and they're not false, they don't even remember what they preached because they weren't even very aware because the Spirit was in control. They don't even remember what they preached. They don't really remember what they said because once the Holy Spirit takes over, you kind of black out. So the fact that you're even aware enough to go on a stage as a pastor to make your sermon about gossip, that person, that's a performative Christian, and the Spirit of God is not leading that environment. Because when you go on a pulpit, you're about to preach to souls. There are souls on the line when you're on a pulpit. There are souls. There are yokes that need to be broken off of people, and you're using this time to talk crap about people. Get out of here. That's not a person who's following God. Are you ridiculous? No. Y'all got to get away from these false people. No. God doesn't play about souls. When somebody goes on a pulpit and they're led by God and the Holy Spirit, they don't remember their sermons half the time. That's how much the Holy Spirit is speaking through them. They don't remember. Somebody's going on a stage to talk about you and make a sermon about you. That is a narcissist, and you need to find another church. How did you deal with things emotionally when you would get your answers from God? I would just accept it and move on. I don't know. I've never been like I've always been very accepting of human nature. It's not that I'm cold. I'm just very, I know that just like love and friendship and everything else in life, that stuff is rare. So I wouldn't really like, I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's another thing to move on from. Um, I found your channel 8 months ago. I've been ignored by pastor through answer Bible study questions, and another lady recognized that I said the answer and he ignored me. You guys got to stop going to these narcissistic preachers. Nobody is going to be ignoring you. First of all, it's rude. I have a coworker who's been asking me what my goals are every time I have a convo with her. Okay, she's probably envious. Envy's very nosy as well. Envy's very nosy. Envy's very nosy. Jealousy is very dismissive. You see the difference? Envy wants to know everything about you. Jealousy wants to dismiss you. You're not all that. I don't care that you're in school. Nobody cares that you're in school. That's not a big deal. So jealousy dismisses. Envy wants to know. Envy acknowledges. Jealousy dismisses. Okay? That's the difference between that. Envy acknowledges. Jealousy dismisses. Yeah, but jealousy dismisses because jealousy doesn't want to hear about what you have going on because they don't want you to appear as better or anything like that. So they're going to stop you from talking about your accolades. An envious person is going to give you the mic and say, here, tell everybody what you've accomplished. That's the difference. I had a dream. My friend I hang out with frequently was telling mutual friends that she lies to me about everything right in front of me. Okay, well then you have your answer. Question, but with envy, they will show the most sporadic sign of their envy in their behavior. Yeah, it'll be very weird. It'll be like, I don't know, it'll be stuff like you got invited to something and they didn't tell you, right? And then when you bring it up, they're gonna be like, oh, I forgot. So here's the thing with envy, it's gonna be like they tell that person to invite you to the gala. You never find out. Your friend goes to the gala, she takes pictures, she dresses up, all that. She posts pictures on Facebook from the gala. She posts pictures on Instagram from the gala. You didn't even know you got an invite until you encounter the person that invited you, and they're like, "Oh, why didn't you come to the gala?" And you're like, "Well, you didn't invite me." And they're like, "No, I did. I told Sarah to tell you." And you're like, "Oh, you told Sarah to tell me?" And they're like, "Yeah, she didn't." That's envy. Jealousy is, "Hey, I'm going to the gala. They told me to invite you, but I want the spotlight on me tonight, so I'm not gonna take you. I have these extra tickets. I'm not gonna give it to you because I just want the spotlight on me. I don't want you to overshadow me. So I'm gonna give the ticket to my husband." That's jealousy. You see the difference? Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Damn, I'm good at this, aren't I? Oh man. Damn. Your girl got it down. Oh wait, not girl, woman. Your woman has it down. Your lady has it down. I know this stuff, man. All of my observations are paying off. Yes. Um, what's going on here? What's going on here? Question. Oh wait, I already okay. I even dreamt the same nosy coworker. I'm getting there. Yes, I will. I will. I will save this live for you. I know you came home from work. So, do you guys get it? Like I know it's mad confusing. Like, do you understand? Regardless of if you understand or not, make God the center of your life. You won't have to worry because He's going to expose it to you. So don't worry. God's got your back. He's got your back. He's got your back. He's gonna let you know. God not gonna let you walk into a wall. God's got your back. He's gonna let you know. Trust him. He's gonna tell you. Um, but that's how it is. It's weird. It's scary. It's odd, but but up your people skills. Like upgrade your people skills. You know, it's scary sometimes. I get it, but this is why you guys have to start praying. You guys have to have a prayer life, a strong prayer life. God will show you everything. Like I remember I had this dream of one of my family members' friends sitting at my family member's desk and having flies all around her head. And I'm like, yeah, stay away from that lady, okay? I don't know. I had a dream of her having flies all around her. I didn't like that dream. I didn't like the vibe that I got when I woke up from it. So just be careful with her, okay? So you'll get messages, you'll see things. You remind me of Melissa Ford. I get called Melissa Ford so many times. Thank you. And that is no shade. Melissa Ford is beautiful. So that's definitely a compliment. So you guys get it? Do you guys like understand kind of more or less what I just said? I hope I didn't confuse you, but you just have to pay attention. Like, and in conclusion, not everybody who compliments you and likes you and you know says words of affirmations to you is envious either. Your spirit will help you decipher if this person just likes you or if they are jealous. I mean, not jealous, sorry, if they're envious. Jealousy, you don't have a problem knowing that. It's very obvious. So just pray and just ask, like just tell God, please help me see beyond the veils. Help me see past the veil. Ask God to send the spirit of truth to you so you can see the truth and the realities of beyond what shows, beyond the eye. It's hard. I get it. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard. It's hard. And by me saying I got this, I don't want you guys to think I'm talking down on you guys because I'm not. I'm happy that I'm able to assist you in this journey of seeing things clearer, but it's tricky. It's tricky. With humans, it'll always be tricky. It's tricky because you don't really know, it's God has to tell you, God has to show you. And when he does, please believe it. If God shows y'all, please believe it. Please don't fight it. Please don't argue it. Please don't say, oh, this is just accept it and make your moves, okay? Don't fight it. He knows everything. Just listen. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this live, you will definitely enjoy the spiritual warfare masterclass. We're going to go into all of this. We're going to touch on cyclics. We're going to touch on familiars. We're going to touch on veils. We're going to touch on all of it. It's a lot, you know, it's not easy. Let me tell you, it's life is a spiritual battle. I always tell you guys that. You know, I wish I could get off this live and wash my face and just go to bed. I can't do that. Why? Life is a spiritual battle. I have to pray and say my Psalms. I can't just go to sleep. Love you guys, but I just got off of a live of hundreds of people. I can't just go to sleep. You know, I can't do that. I have to do something to pray and release myself and alleviate my spirit. So again, you can't just live life like, you know, nothing's going to happen. You got to do your due diligence, you know. So I think I've been on the live for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think that's more than enough time. um, I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the class on Sunday. A lot of people ask me, is the recording available? Yes, the recording of the class will be available. Do you have a chance to interact? Absolutely. Anybody here who has been on the class knows our classes are popping. So the classes are always popping. So you will have time to ask questions. You will have other amazing women and men on the class who are there to learn. The classes are fun. We have a lot of fun. Anybody here who has been on the class knows that we have a good time. And you know, sometimes it's over 4 hours and we're still on because we're talking, we're interacting, we're learning. It's wonderful. It's great. It's good vibes. So good night. I love you guys. I will probably go on live tomorrow again. I have a couple of appointments. It's just, and I want you guys. I'm sorry that I have not been on live in so long. I apologize for that. Um, I've just been juggling so much. You guys have no idea. The website is yourlevelupguru.net. Okay. And you hit classes. It's going to be powerful. Be prepared. Bring your notes, bring your pen, bring your paper. Don't get spooked though. Don't get scared though, because I'm going to share certain things where you're going to be like, what? So don't get scared. We don't have a spirit of fear, but we need wisdom so that we can fight better.